to Congregation Beharim. I am Gayan Garin, and I'm your chant leader for tonight. But we are all making this experience together, so I'm providing a little bit of structure, and we're all filling in the beauty of this mitzvah of being together in a little bit of dimmed light and feeling the emerging solstice of winter coming towards us, or we're going towards it. It's a few days away. It's not tonight. In between now and then is a beautiful full moon tomorrow night. It is called the Cold Moon. We made an album once called Full Cold Moon in honor of this cold moon. I don't know that you'll be able to take a moon bath tomorrow night because I think it's going to be raining, but make sure you take moon baths whenever you can and let yourself soak in the moonlight. I'll say a little bit more in a minute about solstice and what we're doing here tonight and what we're creating. Hello to you on Zoom. They can't hear me?
No.
That's not good. We had a lot of different ideas about where I should be tonight. I may end up changing places with Sharon because the hearing is much more important than seeing. So let's just do a little tech check here. How about that, Henry? Can people hear us? Can people hear me now? Is that going to work? Okay, great. So before we walk into a chanting experience together, I wanted to open this space with this blessing. Barucha et ya ruach ha'olam, hamavdila ben kodesh lechol ben or, lechoshech ben Israel la'amin, Barucha et ya ruach ha'olam, hamavdila ben kodesh lechol. And you can read this with me now because it's on your chant sheet. So join with me in the English. Blessed are you, the living king, our God, the sovereign of all worlds, who separates between holy and ordinary, light and dark. Blessed are you, the invisible, who separates the holy from the ordinary. Amen. Sharon, I would love for you to bring in now the candlelight of Shabbat, which is next to the winter solstice candle that's already been lit. All bring the light of Shabbat in. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehalikner shel Shabbat. We have a small sentences, small phrases of Hebrew text. All of these texts tonight are moving us towards the light. They're all bound with the possibility of light and what light brings into our lives. We chant these repeatedly for a while together, and as you can already hear, harmonies are part of the expansion of the experience. And the chants get big, they get small, we follow each other through this pathway together, see where it goes and see where it takes us. And at the end of chants, one of the most really holy moments is the silence that happens. So I want you to not miss it, particularly as we really embrace midwinter right now and the silence that we can experience more in the quieting of the earth. So allow yourself to feel whatever you're going to feel in that silence, but also know that it's very much in keeping with the season of being able to move more inward. That is why I started this chant experience at this time of year, because it puts us in line with the seasons. It puts us in line with our body and our text as we learn and experience that balance between light and dark. So as we move towards the solstice, and as these days, in the next few days, increase in darkness, we know that right at this cusp, the light starts to return. And I think there's something incredibly powerful about really paying attention to where the light starts to return, meaning that the days start to get a little bit longer every day and the seasons shift. For me, that's the moment where both sorrow and joy come right together. And for me at winter solstice, I start leaning towards joy because I know I'm getting closer to swim season. Whereas in summer solstice, when this happens, I know that some swim season is going to start ending, that the days are going to start to get shorter. So, but the point for us all is that we're balanced between the inward experience and the outward experience. We're balanced between dark and light and what that means metaphorically and what that means in our body. Deborah Browse says, winter in the northern hemisphere is a time of dormancy for the plant and animal kingdoms alike. While it may look very still and quiet, it is in fact a period of unseen activity worth looking at and learning from for perspective and possibilities. And the solstice is not just a date and a time, but it's a turning, an inflection point in our annual cycle of growth. Knowing the patterns of nature and our own natural patterning, it means unlearning destructive cycles and crafting new cycles that revere stillness and silence, degeneration to fallow the inner and outer landscapes. So tonight I'll have a couple of reflections or kavanot that set the chants, but mostly tonight is about our voices, our chanting, our focus inward, and the times of silence that we create as well. The first chant is about this Shemitah year that we're in. Harpu ureu ki anochi Elohim. We know that we were just talking about the stillness, but release is this cycle of time in the whole Jewish structure of time and seasons. 7 years, 50 years, we wait for a rest and let the land rest, and also let ourselves start to release things that need to be released, still things that need to be still, settle debts that need to be settled. This word harpu means release, and it also means stillness. So there's a way in which when we are able to release, that the stillness increases. And I think that's exactly what the Shemitah year is. So we'll chant this chant, and we'll actually come back to it a little bit later to give ourselves the opportunity for these words to deepen a little bit more. to, and a breath release anytime you want to bring a little bit of sound inside of that for your own releasing. It helps sometimes, yes? So on Shabbat, we bring the angels into our presence. We bring the awareness of this energy that Judaism has within its mythology and within its spiritual teachings to welcome Shabbat. So I wanted to bring you a couple of stories and teachings about angels before we chant this Shalom Aleichem that I understand was set in Brazil and brings the angels that are welcoming Shabbat. Help us assist to welcome Shabbat. This is a story. An angel came to me in the form of the Palacher Hasid. I said it right probably. And he said, darkness is light. Darkness is light. And God separated the light from darkness, called light day and the darkness night. And it was evening and it was morning, day one. In the beginning, darkness and light are one. A single, seamless, sourced good. And then the challenge of separation came, the fearful dialectic to subdue the dark and illumine the good. In Ezekiel's vision, the angels that are ascending and descending in his wild vision are like flashes of fire. They're called the fire angels. These are also called seraphim. In Jacob's dream, the angels are moving up and down the ladder. And actually, the way that it looks in Jacob's dream, from some of the Midrashim, is that it's a ladder of light. The angels are light, moving up and down, ladder of light. And sometimes in Judaism, there are bedtime prayers where we remind ourselves that we are constantly surrounded by these four archangels. Michael, who is like God, who accompanies us with mercy. Gabriel, the power of God, the flaming sword to cut out what we don't need, what is harmful in our lives. Uriel, the light of God, to illumine a path forward. And Raphael, the healer behind us. Up above our heads is the abiding, loving presence of the Holy One. And all around the border is the flow, the shefa of divine love. And the indwelling presence within is the Shekhinah, the presence of the feminine mother. Know that deep within you there is a holy place, a place of light, a place of transformation and healing. Feel and sense and know that you are a sacred space. You are a dwelling place for the divine presence. And know that you are never alone on your sacred journey. That is the kavanah for the Shalom Aleichem, is to know that you are never alone on your sacred journey. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalom. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Elyon. Yavo Michael, Yavo Gabriel, Yavo Uriel, Holy, holy, Kiva Orech Uvod, Ya'alih Sarah. Holy, holy, Kiva Orech Uvod, Ya'alih Sarah.
Shine
Indeed. Do take in your light. Do know that that is light reflecting light. That is energy in your light, in your willingness to create beauty in your voice and your spirit. The light is within, and the light shares itself with others. Amen, amen, amen. So we pass through this time of psalms and celebration into the moment in the Shabbat service where we actually get to talk about the light changing into the dark, the shifting of time, Umavir Yom, Umevi Lila. So we'll take that moment to both embrace Shabbat, embrace that Shabbat embodies the shifting of the day to night and the night to day, the end. So grateful to have a religion practice that understands the cycles of time and how important it is to bring them into our worship.
Oh
Shema loves to be greeted with love. We entry into the Shema is love. If we have the courage to open our hearts to the teachings of Shemitah, we see that all of our lives emanate equally from the one. Everyone has the same claim. All beings have the same claim to nurturance and protection and well-being. All beings have the same claim to resources and opportunities if we open our hearts to the teachings of Shemitah. We see that all lives emanate equally from the one. And as we are all part of this oneness, may we act with this awareness that our connection is both a path to our destruction and our connection is a path to our restoration and salvation. Our actions will only alight if they are grounded in the electromagnetic field of love. Nothing short of this will do. So we bring this chant of love that greets and takes us into the Shema, where we affirm our connectedness to the oneness of all. chant these words from Rabbi Johanna, connect them again back to the chant of release and stillness. We'll sit for a little bit longer silent meditation than we've been doing. We've been sitting in the silence that responds to the chants, but we'll walk into a little bit more meditation time, expand it, really enjoy the stillness and the connection of meditating together. You may forget this by the time we get there, but when I make a sound, it will probably remind you. But I'd like to invite us all to come out of the silence with what I've learned to call soul song, which is where we all make long tones that are just beautiful sounds that just come from us. We don't even know what they're going to be. And we let them happen. And then we take a breath and we let it happen again. And then we take a breath and let it happen again. And it is a little primitive and a little miraculous all at the same time. And it feels like a time for miracles and a time for primalness as well. So that your cue will be that I'm just making a sound, and it will remind you after you've had some time to meditate. So we move into these words that Rabbi Johanna specifically wrote for the winter solstice. Light born from darkness, dawn born from night, hope born from quiet, waiting for the light, spring born from winter, spark struck from sun, strength born from calling for the spring to come, light born from darkness, dawn born from night, hope born from quiet, waiting for the light, spring born from winter, spark struck from sun. kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. It's been so long, and it's unbelievable to hear you. Really so beautiful. It's such a cultivation of knowing each other. Oh, it's so good to be together and chant together. Wow. Let's take this energy that we've created here and intentionally send it towards those that are in need of healing. I'll ask you to say names, and I'll say the Mishaberak list for healing as well. Let me start with the Mishaberak list for healing, and then we can add names. Richard Adler, Richard Cohen, Ginny Williams Cohen, Lois Birch, Julie Scripp, Elia McCart, Jerry Falcon, Chai and Billy Knopp, Claude Baruch, Tesla Queen, Janice Blackman, Beth Ann Butekamp, Megan Redant, Pilar Barclay, Grady Floyd Adair, Eyal Schechter, Dolly Wax, Esther Myers, Jacob Gutman, Sharon Miller, Nikki Russler, Harriet Gold, Meredith Rima Lower, Carol Robinson Shep, Chris Grasso, Bette Cresswood, Rosalie Levy, Pepe Lurie, Aya Awatani Weinrock, Naya Brown, Mona Lisa Schultz, Treya Caldwell, Linda Staples, Linda Fishman, Sarah Kablock, Darcy Sabat, Amy Kraft, Naomi Stauber, Glenn Porthauser and Mark Porthauser, Emily Green, Carla Caraballo, Sarah Griscom, Ann Sheila Taylor, Marta Inez Castillejo, Tanya Eden, Alan Sugar, and Allison Coles. Please add any names of folks who you're thinking of as well. Send refuah shlema through this chant to those we know and don't know, and all of these names that we gather together. For those that are in a ritual period of mourning or observing that, some are going to say the traditional mourner's Kaddish. If you need to get a siddur, you can find one. I'm going to invite those of us that are either leading the prayer or are honoring someone to go ahead and stand and say the names of those that you're honoring.
opposed? Mark Morgan's.
And I know there's some people on chat as well that are also saying Kaddish tonight. Not on chat, on hi, Zoom. May their memories be a blessing. Yitgadal v'yitgadash me'irav. Ve'amad de'brav v'yutei v'yimlik ma'utei. V'chayekom v'yamom v'chayeh v'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala b'zman ha'arim v'imrim amen. Yehei shmei rav v'rav v'elam v'elam. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitkar v'yitman v'yinaseh. Yitkadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shmei v'yishab v'rechu. Le'elam yivor v'rchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'ataram v'emal v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmona rabbanim shemaya. V'chayim v'alim v'akol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'mormal. Uyaseh shalom. Alleluia kol Yisrael. Ve'akol yeshvei tevel. V'imru. Amen. Be seated. Conclude the service with the way that we always conclude, and after the service is over, that's with shalom. And after we end our service with shalom, we'll have announcements. Amy Price will be giving us announcements. So, and there will not be, okay, when we get to announcements, I'll tell you about things that are happening, but not yet. So there's a book that's come out called Wintering. And I've been thinking a lot about how about Catherine Hayes' words about wintering and how they resonate so much for me around whether or not you're in a time of winter in your own emotions, where it might be a time where you're feeling on the outside of something or not quite in a growth period, you're feeling like things are very fallow or not moving much for you right now, that's a very normal part of any life process. And so remember that wintering is really important. And another way of grieving is important, that's also can sometimes be thought of as the winter of time. It's natural, it's important, it's part of our cycles. And winter turns, as all things do, as all things change and all things pass and come and go. So if that's where you are right now, give yourself the room and the permission to be there. And if you're not in that place and you're leaning into the joy that's coming as the light starts to return, be in that place. Be in the place that you are genuinely at. We're supported by all of this. The beauty that you create together is so incredible. So I hope that we all walk out of here tonight with the glow of the light that we've created from our being together. May the merit of this practice be dedicated to the well-being of all.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Maybe Bryce has some announcements for us.
Should I stay here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the camera can see you.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome everyone. I see so many friends and people visiting, and so it's so great to see everybody here. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm like still feeling that great energy from this, and I've been getting into the chant thing, and I really think there's some power, and there's even more power when we're all here together. So grateful to Diane for leading all of us tonight. We all are invited to our offerings in the coming week. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. there'll be a Shabbat morning minyan. Monday night there will be a chant on Zoom at 6:30. I have it under good word that it's going to be a great chant. So Rob and I are leading. So if you want to continue this great feeling and more energy around the Solstice, please join us for that. Mindful Moments meets weekdays at 8:45 on Zoom. And it's wonderful to see that group growing and being such an amazing way to wake up in the morning. We have the 15-minute minyan meets Saturdays through Thursdays at 8 p.m. on Zoom. And then we have a Zoom lunchtime Torah study, which is weekly at noon on Tuesdays. Next week's service we will meet online at 6:45. It will be on Zoom for December 24th. Save the date. We're going to have Shabbat Shira on fire. I feel like will be Friday, January 14th from 6 to 10. Please see your bait mail for information to volunteer. It's a great event. And it's going to be, Shabbat Shira is always special at CBH, but this one is going to be pretty incredible. So mark that on your calendars. As all of you who are probably here know, if you're attending any of our in-person services, please visit our website to reserve your spot. We are limiting the number of people here, and we want to keep everyone COVID safe. While online, make sure that you sign the CBH brief if you have not already done so. All of the Zoom links for all of these great events can be found on the streaming services section of our webpage. And as always, there's lots of information on our website, so please visit that. Any other
I want to say a little bit more about Shabbat Shira since I had the opportunity to.
On fire.
It's on fire. Actually, the fire dancer will be there, so fire dancer will be greeting us for part of the evening. It is on fire. There'll be a campfire. There will be several venues. It's a music festival this year, and Ruben and Mackenzie are going to be leading an extended chant session. So that'll be starting the night out. There will be a nigunim led by Ariel Wolpe. There will be Jewish ecstatic dance. There will be, the chorus is going to be doing 2 sets. There will be a set of jazz, 2 sets of jazz. Jeff Jones will be playing at these will be happening in all different venues. The Mamalas will be playing. I know I'm forgetting, the string ensemble will be playing. So it's 11 different things, plus say what? Brad will be running campfire. There'll be ongoing campfire singing. It's going to be super awesome and super fun. And the thing is, you can invite people. We can come because we'll be able to spread out. So I'm pitching because I think it's going to be great. So that's awesome.
I have one last thing too, which is it is the end of the year, and so CBH always needs your end of the year donations. So it is always a wonderful, the end of the year to make a generous donation to CBH.
Beautiful.
So much.
So there is not a Kiddush Omek tonight, so we're going to just be saying good night and love you all.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. I didn't feel it. I felt the rise of I felt like that was
I'm sorry.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh yeah, you want me to call you, sir? Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Good night.
What are you saying, Amy? Trying to say goodnight, but it's hard to yell over everyone. I know. They need to leave the conversation and let us talk.